Sure. So the biggest thing that I would say, and I know I see you pounding on this drum, but it is really, really important, is having clarity in your vision. And why I say that is because you're going to be, if you put in pieces of infrastructure that are not in alignment with that vision, you're only going to have to end up coming back and changing it again in the future, right? So get this right first. So this is, it's a little hard to say, in 5 minutes, and certainly doing it by remote control with anybody that's out there. But if you're really trying to get clarity in your vision, this is more than your why, right? Like that's a real, it's a real easy thing for coaches to say, like, what is your why? But it's way more than that. So we all have our why. Like my two boys are my why. I get out of bed for them in the morning. That's of course why we do things. It's because we're decent human beings and we're responsible and we're doing the things that we said that we would set out to do. But it's more than that. This is a little bit more selfish. This is a little bit more about, what you would want if you had an extra 20 hours a week per week in your calendar. And some people want to use that extra 20 hours a week for growth, right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They want to grow their business. That's great. But some people, they want to use it towards more specific life output. And this is why I would say drill down into something that I refer to as anticipated joy. Anticipated joy specifically is that feeling that you get, and I'll use some examples here. Say that you're a single guy or single gal, and you're getting ready to go on a date with someone that you really been looking forward to seeing, right? So let's say you made plans on Monday, you're going to see them on Saturday. It's that feeling Friday night, that Saturday morning when you wake up. It's the butterflies in your stomach. It's the tingling in your hands. That's anticipated joy. Or say for another example that you planned a vacation 8 months ago, and it's 2 weeks coming up, the 2 weeks prior before the vacation, when you're like, wow, I cannot wait to be on the beach, or I can't wait to be with my friends. I can't wait to that tingling, it's that rumbling, that nervousness in your stomach, that's anticipated joy. And that's what you're looking to replicate, because I use this analogy often. It's the reason you would get out of bed at 3 a.m. on a rainy Sunday before your alarm even went off, because you're that stoked about whatever it is. And that's anticipated joy. So once you identify what that is, here's what you got to do. Write it down. Write it down first thing in the morning, and then write it down last thing before you go to bed. And do it every day. And do it every day for as long as you want to be reminded. And I do it every single day. But I would coach anybody that's listening to make sure that you're identifying your anticipated joy first and foremost. So then as you're continuing writing these things down, a really cool thing happens is all of a sudden pieces of infrastructure are going to start to show up in your world. And you're going to say, wait a minute, is that something that I should be putting in place? Because that's going to be in alignment with my vision. Now, I know some of this sounds way too, nebulous for some of the numbers people out there, but I have a degree in accounting, and I'm telling you, this works. This is an important thing for your listeners to put in place, because that infrastructure, I can't tell what pieces of infrastructure are going to be important for your listeners, only because I don't know what their vision is. And a piece that I would recommend to one person is another piece that I wouldn't recommend to another. But so that's a long answer to your short question, but vision is absolutely important to make sure that you're putting pieces of infrastructure and process in alignment with all that.